Well, we've got a gorgeous day here in Shoreline, Washington. So if you want to see the neighborhood and get a feel for some of the places to shop, some of the places to live, I'm going to drive you through kind of the North Seattle Shoreline area. We're going to go from Holler Lake through Shoreline up to Lake Forest Park. And if you are thinking about living in this area, I think this will be a really good glimpse at some of the main streets that you'll see, some of the shopping areas, some of the homes, and you'll start to get an idea of what it's really like to live in Shoreline, Washington. If you're new here, I'm Realtor Emily Cressey. I live in this area and I would love to help show you around town and let you decide if this is an area that you think you could see yourself living in. Now, I'm a little bit biased because these are my stomping grounds and I've lived here for my whole life, but really I want you to find the right place for you, whether it's here in North Seattle and Shoreline, up in Everett, Marysville, Linwood, Mill Creek, or down south by Renton or Kent. I have videos highlighting all of these different neighborhoods. And so I'd love for you to subscribe and look for those so that as you learn more about where you want to live, what neighborhoods you like, what neighborhoods you don't, maybe you see a great house, you can check out what am I actually getting if I move into this area? What does it look like from the street? We do a lot of drive-throughs. We do a lot of pros and cons and cost of living. So you can really compare one neighborhood to the next as you do your own research. But of course, if you get tired doing your own research, as we all do, feel free to lean on me. I'm here to be your local expert. You don't have to have decided exactly what you're looking for. And in fact, a lot of clients change their minds after I give them some of the details of some of the things that you're looking at. So whether you're late or early or not even decided if you want to move, please feel free to give me a call. We'll meet, we'll talk through your home buying process, your journey, your needs, and I will help set you on the right track. So again, here we go. Let's jump into the drive and I'll tell you what I really think about some of these North Seattle and Shoreline neighborhoods. Okay, we are on 130th. We just passed Ingram High School. So in this video, I'm going to be highlighting sort of the North Seattle Shoreline area. So like I said, we were just coming out of 130th. We were looking at a little condo there. Here's the Seattle Housing Authority. Let's go here. That looks very crowded. There's a home goods store. So it's 5 o'clock on Friday night. It's going to be bad traffic in most places, but I'm trying to get onto Aurora Avenue, which is our big north-south street, and it might just be not a good time. So here there's like a cash and carry, it used to be called, now it's the chef store. It's kind of like a non-membership Costco. It has large amounts of less expensive food because you're buying in bulk. We get a lot of our stuff there for our church coffee hour, so big things of bagels and muffins and cream and stuff. So here's a little tent city encampment. So if you've wondered about Seattle's homelessness situation, now we're seeing it a little bit here. They're probably not being too much enforced because this is kind of a back road and a somewhat more of a warehouse area. Here's some big trucks parking here. I think they do a little bit better job of chasing them off in the high rent districts and also by residential, but you can see this is Aurora Avenue now, so you could see like we were behind a lot of these stores. And there's Ivar's, our local fish and chips. We're very famous for that. That's a local company. KFC, Wells Fargo, a lot of different places over here to eat. I think there's a copy center around here. There's an Amazon Fresh, which I have not been to yet. Planet Fitness, Ulta Beauty. So pretty much the story on Aurora is that there's a lot of shops and retail, restaurants, stores, that type of a thing. It tends not to be as nice, and we'll see if there's any prostitution going on right now. I know there are a couple of channels, I don't know if they're on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, but they document a lot of the prostitution on Aurora. So I do see a fair amount of it on video, but I don't drive on Aurora a lot, so I don't know if it's always there 24/7. I've definitely been driving along here with my kids and seen prostitution going on, but I'm not seeing it right now. So anyway, we'll check out what's going on with that as we drive north a little bit. light. I'm looking at my camera while we stopped. It's so golden. It's down here is the bus barn for a lot of the school buses, and then on the other side of that is Ridgecrest Elementary, which is another elementary school I went to for a while. You can see the older homes here along the busy road. They're getting replaced by newer construction, bigger homes, townhomes, things like that. And now we're kind of entering into the shopping district for this area, highlighted by the 7-Eleven and the Center for Human Services, which seems to have a lot of substance abuse assistance programs. Here are some apartment buildings, and then the big Safeway grocery store. This is where I shop. I like this one. Over here is a senior center, and then a couple of little stores. This used to be actually that big apartment on the corner is pretty much brand new. When I was growing up, there was a post office here, and so they named this apartment the Postmark in honor of that, which I thought was cute. And then these stores, this used to be a spay and neuter clinic. Now it says it's a brewing company. I've never been there. There's a climbing gym, which I'm thinking of checking out and maybe getting a membership too. That seems cool. And then I'll show you the other little shops, and then we'll go in for dinner, so I won't take you all the way to my house, but we'll be close. Thanks so much for tuning in to learn about living here in Shoreline, Washington. Obviously, it's a great neighborhood. It has a lot of wonderful parks, a lot of highlights, but it's not for everyone. So if you think that this neighborhood is not for you, scratch it off your list. If you still have questions, let me know. You can always write, call, email me, text me. I'm here to help you, and I would love to do so. That's the most fun part of my job, is connecting with people, although I do like making these videos. At the end of the day, if nobody watches them or gets help from them, it doesn't do any good. So please feel free to ask me directly for help. I am here to help you. A lot of my relocation clients are not ready to go right away. Sometimes it takes them a year before they buy their house, and I'm totally okay with that. I just like for you to have the information you need to make a good decision. So don't hesitate to reach out. Make sure you subscribe and watch all my other neighborhood tour videos. We're going all different places. You can get my relocation guide, which I have linked down in the comments, and I want it to help you compare apples to oranges, or maybe apples to apples. When you're looking at all the different neighborhoods, you kind of have a good solid starting place there. If the neighborhood that you like is not covered, let me know. I'm always making more videos, and I would love to film one for you on the neighborhoods that you are most interested in. So until then, I will see you on the next video.